Howdy, who all my stock market gamblers? Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. So glad you're here. What do we got going on? Well, we've got the markets, right? Now the markets are having a run up, right? But they come to resistance now. And at this resistance area, we've also got a death cross going where the 50-day cross is below the 200-day on the S&P and the NASDAQ. Okay, now I do think you're going to get one more chance to get out of this close to the top, maybe even at a new record high. I think they will push it up one more time. That does not mean that we won't come down and retest the recent low first. It's possible. With that death cross usually means you're going to have a pullback before you head higher to make that new record high. Now, we're not in a bear market. I discussed that last time. You get down below the 200-week moving average, then you're into a bear market. We're not close to that yet. I think they're going to continue to push this up one more time. One more time. We got a short week this week, Easter week, Good Friday. The markets are closed, so we'll see how trading all plays out this week. Okay, now what we're going to talk today about is a little bit scary, right? I mean, this is the scary stuff. If you don't want to hear it, turn the channel. It's like you can click the TV remote and turn the channel, right? Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the scary stuff now. The scary stuff is how long will they let the system keep going? We're in a fiat debt-based system, right? And it doesn't have much time left. It really doesn't. And I can prove it to you that it does not have any time left, that they're going to have to do a reset. Now, I know a lot of you don't believe that, but let me prove this to you. Okay, now you go back to the start of our country, back in the 1700s, what did we start, 1789 or something? Okay, you had 1 ounce of gold, right? By the way, this is one of my favorite coins. This was, it's the American Buffalo coin, right? It's a 1 ounce buffalo coin, and it's back in the day you could get a 1 ounce coin for a $20 bill. Okay, that's when our country started. 1 ounce of gold, $20 bill. Our country ran for over 100 years where it was still 1 ounce of gold, the $20 bill. They were equal. Then came the Federal Reserve, right? 1913, the Federal Reserve came in. Okay, and then by the 1930s, it was 1 ounce of gold was not $20, it was $35, right? Well, because they had to steal some of your money already. But what is it today? How many of these $20 bills does it take to buy this 1 ounce coin? How many $20 bills? Well, if you go back a year, it took 100 of them. It took 100 $20 bills to buy the 1 ounce coin. That was a year ago, right? A year ago, it took $2,000 buy the 1 ounce coin. So it took 100 of these. In other words, we've lost 99% of our purchasing power. And you can go on the government's website. They agree to that, right? But here's what happened just in the last year. It used to take 100 of these to buy 1 ounce a year ago. Now it takes 150 of these to buy 1 ounce now, right? Okay, you go into your coin shop, you need more than 150. It's actually about $3,400 now to get 1 ounce coin. You see, the fiat system, which is this, is going away. This isn't going up. This is always the same. This doesn't change value. 1 ounce of gold is always 1 ounce of gold, and that's real money, right? This fiat stuff, not real money. But they just wiped it out in the past year. You can see what's going on. So now we lost 99.5%. We got 0.5% left for them to wipe out. And it's accelerating, right? It's accelerating at a faster and faster pace. And you can see it. It's really scary right now because you have the dollar in free fall against other currencies, against the Mexican peso, against the yuan. It's in free fall against all currencies right now. But here's the thing, it's free fall, going down, down, down. So what happens to the bonds, right? Well, we'll say we'll pay you more interest rate. The bonds are crashing along with the dollar, which is pushing rates up higher, not lower. Rates are going up higher. Look at your mortgage rates, above 7% now, probably going to go to above 10%. As bonds come down, bonds and the dollar are crashing both at the same time. They're saying, well, wait, we'll pay you more. And the dollar doesn't care because it's over. The system is over. We're getting really close to the end, really close to where they have to reset everything. Now, every time we get this drop in the stock market, every time we get this drop in houses, they have to print more and more of this. And what does that do? It leads everybody into the gold market, right? Because they can't print more gold. So you want to get some real money, some gold, some silver. If you can't afford an ounce of gold, they have quarter ounces. They have tenth of an ounce. You can get a tenth of an ounce under $400, right? Pick up a tenth of an ounce. It's going to come in handy. If you can't afford 400, pick up an ounce of silver. It's going to come in handy. What's happening now is going to be reset, right? They cannot extend the system without printing 20 trillion. 40 trillion, 80 trillion, another 100 trillion, maybe 200 trillion. What's that going to do to our country? It's going to send our country into hyperinflation. We're going to hyperinflate, and that's probably the route we're going to go. They're not going to do the honest default where they say, hey, we don't have enough money to pay the interest on our bonds. Hey, we're going to stop printing money. Never going to happen. They're going to default. This is going to skyrocket. Now, if they default, this skyrockets anyways. Gold, all roads lead to gold. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, but Mike, we got Bitcoin now. That's the best money we've ever had. Look, if you think man can make better money than God, you're a fool. That's just the bottom line. Hey, I don't mean to insult anybody. I know a lot of people love that Bitcoin, but that's going to crash right along with the stock market. It's going to crash twice as fast. It's going to go up twice as fast too. And it's not over yet. You're probably even going to have another chance to get out of your Bitcoin at a higher price, at a new record high. Because you see, I think the stock market's going to be pushed up. And there's all the Bitcoin is right now is double the stock market. Whatever the stock market does, Bitcoin will do double it. And it's usually leading the way right now. Bitcoin's leading the way up. It wasn't the stock market rebounding up first. It was Bitcoin rebounding first. So I do think you're going to get the stock market to a new record high. And I think you're going to get Bitcoin to a new record high also, or at least really close to the top. You're going to have one more chance to get out before the big drop. Now, the stock market's going to drop about 80%. Now, remember, Bitcoin is double the stock market right now. That's just how it's playing out. Look, they got Michael Saylor quadruple levered into the NASDAQ 100, and then they have leverage on those, and then they have options on the leverage on top of the leverage, derivatives on top of so it's all it's doing is moving with the stock market, but it moves at double the pace, right? That's what Bitcoin has become. I'm sorry, you want it out of the system, but then you begged them to put it in the system. Well, now you're in the system. All you are is a leveraged ETF on the stock market. So when the stock market drops 80%, Bitcoin may not make it. I'm sorry, it just may not. I hope and pray it does. It's my favorite thing to gamble on. But I don't think it's going to make it when the stock market drops 80%, when the reset comes. But Mike, we're going to reset against Bitcoin. Maybe you're right. Take a shot on that. Look, I'm in real money. I'm in gold. I'm in silver. It's just what I'm doing. You see, the Fed right now is getting ready to do some crazy stuff that I totally disagree with, stuff that's going to make you puke, but they're going to do it anyways. What are they going to do? They're going to bail out the hedge funds. There's a lot of hedge funds in trouble right now. Now, the reason they're in trouble is because these bonds keep free falling on them, right? They are loaded up on these. They have millions. They have billions of dollars in these bonds. And when they keep free falling on them, they get margin calls. They got nothing else to sell. They've already sold off most of their gold. They need a bailout from the Federal Reserve. Why will the Federal Reserve bail out these rich cats? Why are they going to do it? Because if they don't bail out these rich cats, they're going to crash the banking system. You see, who loans the money to these hedge funds? These hedge funds are levered, and they're levered not at like 1 to 2, 1 to 4. They're levered at like 150 to 1, 100 to 1 leverage. Where do they get that leverage from? They borrow money from the banking system, all that money that you got on deposit there. Well, they loan it to the hedge funds. If the hedge funds can't pay them back, the banks don't have your money. The whole system comes down. The Federal Federal Reserve is getting ready to do some crazy, crazy stuff. They're getting ready to bail out the hedge funds because the hedge funds are in trouble. Banks are already in trouble. They're in trouble because of the commercial real estate. They're in trouble because of the bond market. They're in trouble because of all the delinquency. People aren't paying their mortgages. People aren't paying for their car loans. People aren't paying for their student loans. Banks are in dire straits right now. Shh, don't tell anybody. Look, they may take my channel down. They're taking a lot of channels down right now. I've already been shadow banned. Look, it's very fascinating. I hit 4,000 subscribers almost over a year ago, almost 2 years ago. And I'm right, where am I at right now? 4,000 subscribers. They took away a couple hundred and we're climbing back up. But when I talk about this stuff, they won't show it to new people. You're the one that's going to have to pass it around if you want my channel to stay. Maybe it's good that we're small. Maybe they don't know we're here, but they don't like when I tell you the truth. They don't like when I talk about this. People leave me comments. People leave me comments. Told Mike, you shouldn't talk about stuff you can't prove. Look, at all of this is just my take. You do you, I'll do me. You want to be in Bitcoin, you go in Bitcoin. You want to be in the stock market, you go in the stock market. Tall Mike, he's in real money. He's in the gold. He's in the silver. That's just me. That's what I do. It's scary times right now. It's because the banks and the hedge funds are locked together, right? And it's going to be really ugly when you read the headlines that the hedge funds just got bailed out. Now, they're doing it to save the banking system. They got trillions of dollars ready to print, but it's going to have to be $2 trillion. It's not going to be enough. They're going to have to 10x that. They're going to have to print $20 trillion. Why? Because there's derivatives on top of derivatives on top of derivatives. Nobody knows how many it is. Everybody knows it's over a quadrillion. It could be anywhere between 3 quadrillion and 6 quadrillion. Why? Because these are dark pools. These are places where banks trade amongst themselves and do side bets. It's the bucket shops of the 1930s. This is what brought the market down for the Great Depression. Do I think we're going to have another Great Depression? I'm sad to say we actually will. I believe we will. Look at to get from where we are to reset it, because this stuff, the currency is just going away. It's going to be painful and no one's going to be able to handle this pain. If you have some real money, wealth is going to be transferred your way. It's not too late yet. A lot of people think it's too late. But Mike, I missed the run up in gold. It's over 3,000, about 3,400 just to get a 1 ounce coin right now. But it is just getting started. Now it's funny. It's funny. I listen to a lot of podcasts, all these other, I'm obsessed with this stuff. I love economics. I love the markets. I'm listening to this podcast about this guy. He's one of them hedge fund guys, right? I mean, he manages money. He's a money runner, runs money for other people. And he's trying to tell them, you know, you don't want to be in gold for the next 3 to 5 years. The best it's going to do is go sideways, but it's probably going to drop 30 to 50%. That's what he's telling his clients, right? I mean, the average financial manager says at most you should have 1 or 2% in gold market, right? 1 or 2% right now in this market. You need to protect yourself. Tall Mike is over 50% in real money right now. Over 50%. Yes, I still have some cash reserves, some dry powder, because maybe they do collapse it. I'm not saying gold's going to go straight up. I hope we get a chance to buy it below 3,000 again. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. You had that one pullback. That was a gift. Maybe you'll get another gift. Maybe you'll get a gift in silver where you can buy it below 30. I think those days might be gone because it's getting scary. It's getting real scary out there. Look, gold has outperformed the stock market, right? It's outperformed the stock market for the last 25 years. Gold has outperformed bonds, doubled bonds for the last 25 years. You look at the best investor in the world, Mr. Warren Buffett himself. You go back 30 years, you know what? He's on par with gold. I give him credit. He kept up with gold for the last 30 years. No other investor has done that. So he's even with gold. But here's the thing. You got some downside risk because you have third-party risk when you're with Mr. Buffett. When you got the physical, there's no third-party risk, no counterparty risk. But Mike, Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, they pay dividends. You didn't take into account dividends. They don't pay any dividends. They do not pay a dividend. Berkshire Hathaway does not. Look, they went 1-to-1 with gold for the last 30 years. You take Mr. Buffett, the best investor of all time. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm saying he did excellent. He matched the price of gold. They don't want you in gold. It's outside of the system. They can't make money on you when you're in real money. They want to keep you in in the system so they can bail in. And believe me, these banks, they're coming to a bail-in. They're coming to a bail-in really soon because the bailout is going to be for the hedge funds. If the hedge funds can't pay the banks, they're going to just bail your money in. This is scary times, folks. This is no time to be taking chances on that crypto stuff. If you want to, you can. I'm not telling you what to do. I don't give financial advice. You do you. I'll do me. I'm doing real money. You get out there into crypto and gamble all you want. I gamble on crypto. I love it. Bitcoin's my favorite thing to gamble on. Do I want $1 of my wealth in there? Not long term. No, I'm not a diamond hand guy. No, sir. That stuff's going to get below 10,000 again. It's going to freak a lot of people out. Anyways, I'm Tall Mike. I know I'll get the haters on this one, but give me the thumbs up anyways. Punch that subscribe button. Get out there, everybody. Enjoy the day. Bye-bye now.